What is up, people? This is Tina Gomez, and I am one half of Team Anamex. And we're back with another video, and pretty much in this one, I am just finishing up the cover for The Gift of Fortune. I'm painting the cover for the book, and pretty much I just have maybe a little bit of advice for you guys, and just to pretty much tell you what I'm doing. I decided to do watercolor for the covers, or maybe just this cover. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I just want to do all watercolor or if I want to use different mediums for each book. But I chose watercolor for this one, and the reason for that is when I was reading the script for the book, I instantly just thought of some of the pretty much trials and tribulations in the story, and I thought of portraying something kind of darker, I guess, but has a lot of emotion in it when you look at it. And you'll get it, if you guys go check out the story. But I thought watercolor would be perfect for the way I wanted to do this. I wanted to do the dripping effect, and I wanted to do splatters on it. I just wanted to make it really creative and kind of messy. So first tip for you guys. And also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before or not, but I'm fairly new to watercoloring. I haven't done a lot of watercoloring. I've used many different mediums, but watercolor, I don't know, it just I guess didn't hold that much attention for me. So I'm fairly new at it, but it's not as hard as it might look or seem. The first tip I have for you guys, though, is when you are starting out, always, and this isn't just with watercolor, this is with if you want to do color pencil, if you want to shade with regular pencil, always go lighter, because you can always go darker, but you can't really go back light. And I know it's watercolor and you can just add water to it, but I mean, it will stain the paper. So always go lighter. Definitely do that. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's kind of, it's going really fast. But when I do the dripping effect, I pretty much add some paint and some water on wherever I want the drip to be. And I just kind of lift it up and tap it down on the table just to kind of make it go where I want it to go. And if it's not going anywhere, just add a little bit more water. Okay, so last tip that I have for now, because I can't think of anything else. When it comes to the shading part, as I mentioned before, always go lighter. So when you're shading and you put on your first layer, let it dry. Don't do anything else to it. Let it dry. If you want to go darker in some areas, though, add it to it before it dries up. And pretty much you just keep layering it. Put some paint, let it dry. Put more paint, let it dry. Until you get the shading effect that is to your liking. When it comes to shading these characters, for me, this is what I do. It's easier for me to have a reference of a real person, to see their natural highlights and shadows, like on their faces or wherever part of the body you are trying to shade. Pretty much we have eyes, nose, and a mouth. Well, how do you want to accentuate that? Put shadows, where your eyes dip in, or where you have creases. Just pay attention to the anatomy of a person. That's what I usually do, but I mean, okay, so what this is that I'm painting, these are the main characters of the story. in the very top of the page, his name is Brad. To your left, right up under him, her name is Julie. To the right, her name is Michelle. In the middle, right in the middle, his name is Curtis. And then up under him to the left is Stephanie, and up under him to the right, his name is Trent. And I also kind of chose these colors for a specific reason. I just feel that the different shades of the blues kind of matches the characters, in my opinion. I will admit, for some reason, the two girls at the top gave me trouble. And I think it's because they're like the lightest colors on the page. I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up, but when it came to me trying to do really light, it's just at first they looked kind of ghostly and it just was not working, and I was kind of having trouble. But I think that making the hair darker kind of helps out with that, and then adding lips and lip color just really helped to make them stand out better as a person and not a ghost. Other than that, this was fairly easy. It did take me quite some time because of all of the layering, but it's pretty easy once you know what you're doing. Okay, so I know you guys already seen the other part of the cover, and the reason why they're on separate pages is they were going to be too small, and my brush was not that tiny. So we decided to put the individual characters on one paper and keep the other character on the other, and we're just gonna combine them, and we really can't wait to show you guys the finished product. We're really excited about it, and we also have more exciting news for you guys, so stay tuned, and we thank you all for watching this video, and we'll be back with much more.